Improved Housecarls and Hirelings mod for Skyrim Special Edition by Dr. Nukenstein. Mod demonstration video, Aranea. Right, so she is the Azura's Shrine Maiden. You return Azura's star to her. You get her as a follower, but you don't get the black star. So I'm level 10, she's level 15. She has no melee, she's all magic, everything but illusion pretty much, and she has not too bad sneak, especially when she levels up some. Now let's look at her in the creation kit. Now, she was originally level matched to the player with a max level of 30. She is now 1.5 times the player's level. Combat Mage Elemental is her default class. That gives weights and leveling to health and magicka, but not stamina. Sneak, alteration, conjuration, destruction, and restoration. Personally, I would prefer to remove the alteration, put one more into sneak and one more into conjuration, but her combat style was originally human magic, which had a higher chance of melee than I preferred, especially for someone who has no melee. So I gave her the World Encounter Ranged Conjurer combat style, which greatly relies on magic. Very low chance of melee or archery or unarmed combat, and I have not yet seen her use a staff. So even though she does come with one. Inventory, her default court wizard outfit. She did come with an iron dagger and a staff of frostbite. I changed that to a leveled enchanted dagger and a leveled staff of destruction that does 25 points of damage. Now this will be firebolt, thunderbolt, or ice spike. Now, originally she came with Chain Lightning, Close Wounds, Conjure Flame Astronaut, Conjure Frost Astronaut, Fast Healing, Ice Spike, Ice Storm, Icy Spear, Lightning Bolt, Oak Flesh, Stone Flesh, Thunderbolt, and Steadfast Ward. I do not allow mage followers to cast wards. They were trying to use them to block melee attacks with one hand while spamming their mage armor spell with the other, and were not attacking with their offensive spells. So I took away their wards. Also, I do not allow follower mages to cast area of effect spells like Chain Lightning or Ice Storm or Fireball, because they just cause problems. I have replaced Fireball with Fire Burst, which does the same amount of damage, 40 points, just without the 15-foot explosion. It does still require destruction level 50. And I have replaced Ice Storm with Ice Shard, which is a 40-point version of Ice Spike, just without the big freezing cloud. It also, that Ice Storm has, it also requires destruction level 50. Now she does not have any destruction spell lower than that. She does not cast the destruction level 25 spells. She's going to be your destruction 50 up to destruction 75 mage. Other mages can cover the lower levels to the destruction 50 with nothing above. Some have all three levels, but not all. Now, I did take away her Summon Frost Atronach because they are too big for dungeons. Open areas are fine. Cramped corridors, not so fine. Now, she will summon, as I said, her Flame Atronach. It does require Conjuration 25. That's a vanilla requirement. Now, this Flame Atronach does cast Incinerate. It is 2 levels above the player, or 2 times the player's level, rather. Just like what we covered in the introductory video and the Atronachs video. Summoned Flame Atronachs are 2 times the player's level. They did get a health bonus, not much, just to keep them from being beaten out of the picture too soon. Because going up against a group of melee, they can be taken out in just a few hits. Now, as I said, Flame Atronachs cast Incinerate. They have Destruction perks, Augmented Flames, Lightfoot being Living Flame. Now, when she reaches level 51, or level 50, her Conjuration will max out at 100. At that time, she will be able to cast this improved Housecarls and Hirelings Conjure Dremora Lords spell. And that's plural. She will summon 2 of them. Does require, like I said, Conjuration level 100. These 2 Dremora Lords, one is the vanilla male that I have enhanced with perks. He is also 2 times the player's level. He did get a health bonus, very moderate, 250 points, that's it. Just for the same reason as the Atronachs did, to keep them from being overwhelmed in melee, because they had very little health. They are not essential. They will time out. They can be killed. But, and he does have just his default, his vanilla greatsword. Now, I tried giving him a full range of Daedric weapons. He would not use them. He would hunt around for a 2-handed weapon that he could scrounge and use that. So I just put him back to how he was with his default sword. He does have perks, 2-handed perks, perks pertaining to great swords, heavy armor perks, and that's about it. And he has Lightfoot. The other is a female that is also 2 times the player's level, has a small health bonus. However, she has a full range of Daedric weapons, which surprisingly she will try to use. She has been favoring the battle axe. I did see her draw the bow once, but she put it away to take out the battle axe because whatever she was going to shoot with it had run up on her. So, and her class, she has the improved Housecarls and Hirelings Housecarl class, which gives her, or rather combat style, I'm sorry. I thought that looked funny. Combat style, which does favor melee over ranged over everything else. So she will use her ranged, but she will rely on melee most. Now, perks, she has a much greater range of perks because she does have more weapons and she will actually try to use them. One-handed perks, two-handed perks, all three weapon types for both wielding types. Swords, great swords, maces, warhammers, war axes, battle axes. Archery perks, dual wielding perks, block perks, and on like that. So she has, like I said, a very full range, almost equal to Housecarls. Because hey, she'd take it, so she gets it. But like I said, Aranea, whatever, she will have to be Conjuration level 100, or yeah, Conjuration of 100. She will hit that at level 50. You will be level 34 at that point. Now, she did come with Mage Armor 30, Magic Resistance 30, Augmented Frost, Augmented Shock, Regeneration, and Recovery 30. I gave her Augmented Flames instead of Shock because she is a Fire and Ice Mage instead of Fire, Frost, and Shock. And Conjuration perks, Destruction perks, on and on. So, we will... So currently she's level 15. See
what do you need to take?
What she's carrying. So she's steel, and she has 2 staves. Like I said, ice spikes and fire bolts. 25 points of damage. Her vanilla outfit, no other enchanted doodads to help her. So.
Until next time, Guardian.
So we will go through, if I can find it. Where did I leave it? Oh, it's over here. Right here. We will go through Volenrude. And we will go through the first half like she is now. For the second half, I'm going to level up to get her high enough to cast her Dromora Lord spell. Now, she does not rely solely on her summons. She will cast her destruction spells, which is how I wanted her to behave. Now, Fire Burst, which is the replacement for Fireball, just without the 15-foot explosion. This. I had to set it up. Ooh. Right, so this is something you may encounter. The Summon Flame Atronach spell is set up so that when she exits combat, the Flame Atronach will dissolve or blink out. Whoops, you missed. Now you see that it's leaving these frost marks. When I was setting the spell up, I was testing someone who had Fire Bolt, and you cannot tell the difference between them just by their projectile. The damage in here varies based on the Draugr that it's being used on. Some were being wiped out with Firebolt. Firebolt did massive damage to them. Others, Fire Burst, hardly did any damage because of their armor and their resistance and all that. So I had to give the Fire Burst in order to tell it apart from Fire Bolt. I had to give it a Frost Explosion. That's why it leaves frost marks. Come here. Come here. Good skateboarding. Roller derby. But as I said, when she summons the flame atronach, it will only last until she exits combat, and it may leave that summon bubble that you saw. If she kills it with her own spell before and exits combat before the effect finishes. It should dissipate when she summons another one. It did just then, but that does not affect the potency of the atronach. That merely affects how long it hangs around. No sense having it hang around longer than it needs to. Now, what we will do, too bad she can't use a shield. Alright. So I'm going to save here. Wait for her to get here. There she is. Right.
Yes, champion of Azura.
So she's level 15 still.
Until next time, Guardian.
Now, using my modified skill books, which are not included with improved Housecarls and Hirelings, I'm going to bump my level up to 34, which will put her at level 51, and thus her conjuration will be high enough to summon her Dremora Lords. But again, this is just to save the grinding that I would have to do to get up to level 34 for the purposes of this video. Now, normally I read all these skill books before I leave Helgen. I have placed them on Gunjar's body in Helgen Keep, along with this dragon scale armor that I'm wearing and Daedric gauntlets of peerless one-handedness, so that I can enjoy the game at a high level to get the best rewards, the best loot, the best gear, blah blah blah, from the start. Alright, so now I am leveling up. So I'm going to put all these just into Magicka just because, you know, get all this done. Alright, so now I'm level 34.
What do you need, Guardian?
She's level 51. Her conjuration is 100. Her destruction is 100. So now she will be able to cast Icy Spear and Incinerate, as well as her
it's been an honor, Guardian.
Summon her twins or more lords. Come on. Now, she does not always summon them. There they are. Now, this Draugr back here is causing a distraction. Both of them are. That matrix vision allows them to see through the walls and makes it difficult for them to track properly. So these little hang-ups in here are common. Alright, so now they have timed out. There you go. Come in here. There. I've tried this before, and they hung up in this hallway worrying about those two and would not address them. They would just timed out in the hallway. Meanwhile, Aranea was in here killing these two by herself. And there they are. Now, this one, the female, sometimes she will drop this battle axe when she fades out. So keep an eye out for that. As I said, I have seen her switch to the bow. I have not seen her try to use the sword and shield or the mace or the warhammer or the war axe. I did see her draw the bow once, and then put it away and took the battle axe back out, because whatever she was going to shoot with it, with the bow, had run up on her. But she will. Okay, so she didn't leave at that time. But as I said, she will sometimes drop the battle axe when she fades out. So keep an eye out for that. So there you are, Aranea, whatever, from the Shrine of Azura. A little bit of a incentive for forfeiting the Black Star in order to get a follower. Powerful mage with powerful summons, especially at higher levels. Like I said, you will be level 34 when she is capable of summoning 2 Dremor Lords, one of which they could drop Daedric Loot. Well, Battle Axe anyway. And it's the highest level Daedric whatever of the Inferno. So it's not the cheap Daedric. It's the good stuff. Fire damage. So there you have it. That's her. In both her low level, level 15 form, and like I said, her level 51 form, you will be level 34, which is about midways, Shouldn't take long to get to level 34. Just depends, on when you want to get Azura Star, and how long you want to hang on to her as a follower. It's just up to you. So have fun with it.